Yo, it's your boy Nav here in Prague, baby. And in this video, I'm gonna break down a text exchange between myself and a Ukrainian girl that I closed the other day. This girl, I got her out on a date, and I wanna show you how simple text game can be. Because a lot of guys super complicate text game. And what I've seen is, guys make jokes. Thank you. They go into this long text conversation, and it's so easy to fuck up texting when you go into these difficult conversations, right? So I saw an example actually where we used to use back in the day, and this was created by daygame.com. Some of my mentors came up with this it was good back in the day, which was, hey, it was fun to meet you. Are you always so friendly to strangers? Right? And it worked back then, but now it's evolved. We've come up with more simpler, more to the point, and more effective texting. And this is what I'm going to break down in this video. All right, so let's analyze this text exchange. So firstly, you want to do the filler text. The filler text is just simply saying something like, hey, it was cool to meet you. So as you can see the example here, you're just kind of sending a message to see what kind of interaction you had, if she's interested or if she's not interested. Because if she's not interested, this is the most easiest texting to reply to, right? So if she doesn't reply to this one, she's not going to reply to any other message that you would send, right? In this example, she replies with a very positive response. It's, hey, yes, I agree. And then I go for the meet. Right, so I'm in Prague for a week, so I don't really have time to be, having a long conversation and building rapport. So you can build rapport. I've made another video on that. We can put it here, where you build a little bit of rapport with pinging. For example, relaxing today or studying hard, right? So you can do stuff like that, where you build a little bit of rapport and then you go for the meet. But here, I just go for the meet really quickly. This was a great interaction. So it was about 15 minutes and I build good amount of comfort. So that's why here I go for the meet, right? And the way I go for it is I say borscht or goulash. Because he's Ukrainian, obviously the traditional food is borscht. And we're in Prague, so there's goulash here. So I go with borscht or goulash. A great way to go for the meat is actually do what I did here. So you say like wine or cocktail. You do coffee or tea, right? And she says, haha, both. And the next logical step here is to go for the meat. So I say tonight, 9:30 or tomorrow, better. And she goes tomorrow, smiley face. And I go for the time. So I say, okay, 6 p.m. is good for you. So what you should do is firstly, agree the time. Because what a lot of guys do is they'll say, okay, let's meet at 5 p.m. at, the Palladium. So they haven't even asked her if this time works for her. And they just go straight into, where they're meeting her and what she should wear and what he's gonna wear. Bring extra condoms and shit like that. So first, make sure you agree to the time, and then you can actually take the lead and say where to meet. So if you look at the next part, she says 7 ? And I say, yes, that's good. Let's meet at the Palladium. And she says, okay. So that's how you ask for the date. And that's how you will actually lead to, the time and where to meet. So you don't want to be too pushy. I've seen a lot of guys be way too pushy with like, let's meet here at like 4 p.m. Like you don't even know if she's available at 4 p.m. Right? So it's better to ask. And then the next part, so this actually, in this situation, I saw her out in between the time where I said, let's meet and our date. So I actually saw her out. And we had, like a 5-minute conversation, and she said actually 8 p.m. is better in person. So here you see the next part, it says, hey, I've sent her this, hey, can we meet a little later at 8:10 p.m. So this is actually not to check if the date is happening or not, because this is actually a really good text if you don't know if she's going to turn up. So let's say you arrange a date, 2 days in advance, And now you just want to check that she's coming or not. So you say, hey, can we meet a little bit later at like 8:15? So you say 15 minutes later, and then if she's gonna flake, she would say, oh yeah, I can't make it, I'm ill or whatever. So we call it the flake check, because you can't be like, hey, is it still on today? Because that would be low value, right? So anyway, she says yes, see you soon, and then we meet. So that's how you do simple, effective, high value texting. So this is actually super high value. Believe it or not, high value guys, they don't have time to be fucking texting essays, right? So you're gonna be living a busy lifestyle, you're making shit happen, you're busy, and you're not gonna have time to be writing too much. So in text game, less is more, right? If you do less like this one, you're actually showing that you're a high value guy, and that's super attractive, and that's why she turned up on the date, right? So don't listen to these, some of these coaches that go on about super complicated texting. They're like, oh, you should text her 500 times before you get her out or whatever, and go these complicated steps. You can actually use this simple texting system to get them out. All right, I'll see you in the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and make sure you like this video as well for more text game videos like this one. Stay up to date. Signing out, Nav.